Damn, bro. He gonna go at it. All right, let's see it. This is Piers Morgan's interview with the future 51st president of the United States, Sneako.
2 years ago, I interviewed Kanye West on Uncensored after he'd made global headlines for anti-Semitic outbursts. Most outrageously, he tweeted to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. It was a heated interview. It was a long interview. I held him to account. I told him his remarks were offensive. He caused many people a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And he gave me some back, of course.
Right.
He called me a Karen. Fair enough. I can take it. At least we had a...
Got him a Karen. Oh my God.
mostly grown-up conversation. These constant tirades, against Jewish people.
Have you felt my pain yet? You haven't felt my pain. You don't want to feel my pain.
Well, no,
you don't hold You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
Do you believe?
Oh God, here we go.
That you have any form of mental illness?
I believe that I suffered from exhaustion. I suffered from being lied to constantly by the people around me, by my management, by my ex-wife.
Do you still love?
I think that's what happened.
But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. I think why?
Doesn't necessarily have to be white, apparently. This dude got all kinds of fucked up by dating Kim Kardashian. Fucked up his entire life.
Kim?
Yeah, bro, he's a prophet.
I absolutely I'll love her for life.
That interview lasted 2 hours in the end. We covered a lot of ground. There were moments of tension.
Yeah.
And moments, I think, of mutual understanding. Yeah, he got up and walked off at one point, but he had to think about what he wanted to say. And then he came back and he said it.
And we'll have the top lawyers like a Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian level legal team, looking at all of these contracts together. After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
What?
Okay, if that's your position. That's clear.
Interview adjourned. Love you.
He's back.
Yeah, thanks for sitting back down. I'll change the subject now. Obviously, I have no idea what's going on in this guy's head, and he's unquestionably a genius artist with a global fan base and massive talent. He's lived most of his life under the microscope of intense fame, and that pressure alone can make people behave very oddly. Back then, I was trying to understand if Ye had any regret or remorse for what could have been a relatively isolated incident or some kind of episode. I wanted to know if he understood there are consequences for his words and whether he was genuinely a racist. Well, we now know it's just the tip of the iceberg. As far as the watching public is concerned, Ye has spiraled in both his personal life and his business life. Most recently, he's taken to posting endless, outrageous anti-Semitic slurs on X. He frequently professes.
Yeah, he's got a song. It's called Hail Hitler. It's on his new album coming out. Yeah, that's the song.
Great love for Adolf Hitler. He poses in swastikas and KKK costumes. He says things like Jews were better as slaves and they should be whipped. We all know this because X has allowed him to carry on doing it to his 33 million followers.
Which I totally support.
For a long time, his account should be shut down. It should be stopped.
Nope, I don't think so, Piers. I think he should be able to say what he thinks. Even if it's stupid, he should be able to say what he thinks. Absolutely. True free speech, yeah.
That's my opinion. I believe passionately in free speech and I detest censorship because I believe in the importance of sharing honestly held opinions in a democracy. But posting endless, vile, anti-Semitic insults,
seems fine to me.
Encouraging violence against Jewish people.
To be fair, that one I can agree with him on. I don't think encouraging violence is good. Yep. All right. That's fair.
These unhinged tirades on a privately owned platform has got nothing to do with free speech. I invited him back onto Uncensored because at least on my show, I can call him out for what he's been doing and put myself in between the 33 million followers who see his posts without any challenge whatsoever. Our producer spotted that he was in Spain with his friend Sneako, and we invited both of them on for an interview. They very quickly agreed, and Sneako spent several days talking about it. But they mucked us around, a significant expense, both in time and money, to me, my crew in Spain.
So they fucked him around? Okay. Why am I not surprised?
And my team here in London. More importantly, he didn't turn up yesterday. And said wanted to do it today. So
Why not?
It seemed to me then it might all just be a stunt. But I went ahead and said, okay, I'll have another go today. Ye told Sneako not to be offended if he stormed off very shortly before today's interview started. You can judge for yourself how it went and whether Ye has any respect or, frankly, any marbles. I'm not a shrink. But if you're so delusional or fragile you don't expect a journalist to ask you questions about your publicly stated love of Hitler, you should probably talk to somebody other than me.
He's right. Piers is right. Yeah. True.
I'm getting you multi-tracks.
I actually think that Piers has been incredibly fair to super controversial people. I think he was really fair to Destiny. He was fair to Hassan. He was fair to Andrew Tate. He was fair to a lot of them. Like, he is. I unironically think he's fair.
I'm about to step in this interview, but I can hop back on in about whenever it's done. That nuance right there, it's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out for Hitler.
Okay, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
We have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be...
He's right. Sneako's right. This shit's funny, bro.
Laughed at by many people.
What's
not what I expected,
entertaining?
That was funny.
Ye West is rarely out of the headlines at the moment. It's fair to say the headlines are equally rarely positive. The rapper, producer, and fashion designer is currently working on a new album. Several new tracks were previewed.
Do you guys think if the Hail Hitler song gets popular enough, they'll play it on the radio? Like, what if it's like Hail and then they have like they mute who it is? Like, cause they play it in only the States and the South. Oh God. People call in, yeah, I've got a song request. It's from the new oh shit.
Recent live stream with his friend Sneako, and both Sneako and Ye join me now. Well, welcome to Uncensored. Ye, we haven't spoken for a while. How are you?
I'm doing good. I don't use the term West, you know, the whole drop the slave name idea.
Okay, so we just call you Ye, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, look, when I last interviewed, we had a long conversation.
That's crazy. How about that?
When I last interviewed, we had a long conversation. And since then, a lot has happened in your life. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity to try and talk to you about some of this.
He's on his phone.
How would you say your life is at the moment?
I mean, you see that view?
Yeah. Your life is good?
Well, judge it on the view as the answer to how my life is.
On the view?
Judge me by the view.
Well, the view is Mallorca. I've been there. It's a beautiful place. And for all intents and purposes...
Oh, that view.
You seem very relaxed and happy. That is in direct contrast to your public image at the moment over the last couple of years, led by your ferocious... Well, hang on, let me finish the question. Led by your ferocious use of...
No, but I already disagree. It's not in contrast. There's so many people and artists that are championing the idea of someone being able to just express who they really are and have been able to go through the war of being attacked by the banks, being attacked, you know, by the banks. That's the best way to.
And who's in the bank? Oh, God. Guess who's in the bank? Who knows?
Put being attacked by the banks and to still be here with this view is,
yeah.
You know, that's the win. So I think that's, I'm in contrast to your contrast.
Okay, but the point I was going to make
not going to say the race of the doctor.
I watch what you put out on X. You've got 32 million followers, so you're one of the most followed people.
See, wait. Now look right now. You're not going to take inches off my dick, bro. Like.
He smiled a little bit on that. He thought that shit was a little funny. Let's be honest, that shit was funny. You're not going to take inches off my dick.
Look right now, you're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many followers do I have?
Well, how many is it?
How many inches? Bro, we are so back.
I think you could do the study. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, no, I mean, don't help them out, you know. They
I'm told it's 33 million now, so congratulations. You're slightly bigger following than I thought.
No, congratulations. Your information is correct. You're not just some, you know, dude trying to sub. You know, I'm a gift, bro. You know what I mean? Why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You know, you take somebody that's living like a...
True, bro, true. I remember very clearly we would listen to Gold Digger on the way to school freshman year of high school. 2004, 2005. Oh my God.
A Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just, like, that nuance right there. It's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
With all due respect, what are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
Literally, you said it. You implied I haven't played your music. Of course I played your music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. Where's he gone, Sneako?
Where'd he go?
That's it for Ye. But it's nice to meet you, Piers.
Where's he gone?
I think he's going back to work. There's several things he's working on. I was not.
I know what he's working on.
Leave like this, but it seems like he got upset about the.
So it's all just a game, is it?
Do you remember? This is like he's had so many crash outs. Do you remember whenever he put the Jewish star and the swastika together? Do you guys remember that? I feel like I forgot about that until right now. I forgot about that one. Yeah, I did too. There's been so many crazy things that have happened. We just forgot about that one. Galactic genius? Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Followers. I mean, life is a video game, is it?
No, I just wondered what the point of this exercise was. Was he supposed to do an interview or not?
Are you supposed to do an interview? But I mean, the amount of Twitter followers, something like that, it's patronizing for no reason. You said his name incorrectly. You know his name is Ye. This is very public about that. Hopefully we could do it. I think this was good. We were prepared for a good interview. But come on.
Wait, didn't they fuck him around for days too about the interview?
We're doing.
What do you think I'm doing?
I think you were trying to patronize very intentionally by getting those two things, under his skin. Maybe it could have been about past interviews or because of what happened yesterday. But, I mean, this information is not that difficult to get right.
Yeah, we called him Ye, and we got his Twitter following count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys
He did. Piers introduced him as Ye. He did. To Piers' credit, he did.
us around yesterday, and you seem to find that very entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now.
Wait, what's this?
And you seem to find that very for the ring count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys dicked us around yesterday, and you seem to find that very entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now. You kept all my crew in Spain and here waiting, and then wasted their time. And then you got us all back now, and you've wasted our time again. And you again may find that funny and entertaining, and that's fine. I don't. I think it's a total waste of everyone's time and effort and money.
He's right. The thing is, he's fucking right. Piers has got a point. Yes.
Well, I mean, it is. I was ready for the interview yesterday too. My time is important as well, regardless if it was wasted.
Bro, he's smart. You know, you're smiling because you know you dicked them around. You know you did this. You know it's happening.
To admit, this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be laughed at by many people. It's
What's
not what I expected,
what's entertaining?
That was funny.
Well, to be fair, Sneako, I think, is right. It is funny.
Undeniably, walking off right into the beginning of an interview is funny.
Yeah. Out of interest,
subjective.
Out of interest, what do you do with him?
I love where society is going. I really do. I think this is amazing.
Out of interest, what do you do with him?
I'm working on several films right now. I am streaming out here. I'm editing, and I work on things behind the scenes, some inspiration for art. I'm just there to try to help fulfill his vision.
Well, let me ask you the questions I would have asked him. So, I mean, out of interest, what is with his obsession with Hitler? Why is he so rampantly anti-Semitic?
I'm not going to answer questions on his behalf.
Well, you're going to have to because he's not there.
Questions on his behalf.
He's not there.
What's that? What's that?
He's not there. Literally, he's dropping a track today called Heil Hitler. Why are
you... Did he actually drop it? Is it on Spotify? Is Heil Hitler on Spotify? Oh my god. Guys, Spotify hasn't uploaded it yet.
What's that?
He's not there. Literally, he's dropping a track today called Heil Hitler. Why are you happy to be associated with somebody like that, out of interest?
Well, I'm not going to speak on his art and his vision while
I'm asking you why you're happy to be associated with somebody who most of the world believes is now a rampant anti-Semite.
Well, you're associated as well. Your show's called Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Yeah.
You tried to get him censored on X, and here.
That's a Sneako W. It is. That is a Sneako W. He's right. Yes, they're both farming. I love this.
You are on the days we're going to release the song doing an interview with him. So we're all involved here. It's not like I'm the only one complicit.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to get him on was because I don't think anyone holds him to account for anything he does on X. And in fact, he deliberately breaches all of X's rules, and yet he does it.
I do have to admit that Piers Morgan trying to actually interview him in a legit way, I do feel like this is kind of a W. Because I do think that most interviewers don't want to do that, and Piers willing to just take the gloves off and do that, I do think is good.
with impunity and is allowed to do it, whereas millions of other accounts get suspended for far less offences. So I was going to ask him directly, which is why I mentioned his X following. I was going to ask him about what he puts on X and why he does this, why he continually attacks Jewish people, why he continually celebrates Adolf Hitler. And then I'm curious about, given he's not there, can't answer these questions, what your association is with this guy and whether you're comfortable to be associated with somebody who most people consider to be an anti-Semite.
I think I just answered this question. And these are good questions.
Has it ever occurred to you the irony of the fact that everybody that is surrounding and supporting Kanye and that's like pro-Hitler, that none of them are white? Like, that's kind of funny, isn't it? Like, it's kind of ironic.
I think I just answered half of that.
We haven't answered the question, have you?
But, I mean, if I did, you said, what are you doing out here? And I said, I'm doing films and I'm recording behind the scenes and I'm streaming and I'm editing and helping fulfill his vision.
Have you been helping him with the track Heil Hitler?
No, I don't. I'm not a music guy. And if you wanted to get questions about his Twitter or X correct, then you should have got the number of followers correct. That was something intentional that you knew what you were doing.
So I got the size of his dick wrong. Is that what you said?
This is the third dick reference in 13 minutes. We are so back.
Well, if you know everything else that he's tweeting, you should have got that right as well.
Oh, don't be so pathetic, Sneako. Honestly, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get good content which will promote you, Sneako. And I'm just curious how you, Sneako, deal with the fact that you are so openly associating yourself now with somebody who seems to worship Adolf Hitler and is pro the Nazis. Do you feel comfortable about that?
No, we worship God.
No, he worships Adolf Hitler.
I'm here promoting this. We could talk about how pathetic it is
that Adolf Hitler.
That you like to make films behind the scenes of one of the greatest living artists, probably the greatest living artist.
Well, he certainly was.
You point the finger at you.
He certainly was he was a great artist. Unfortunately, he's become a rampant anti-Semite who adores Adolf Hitler, embraces Nazism, uses swastikas, slogans.
I'm pretty sure he says he loves everyone.
To sell his merchandise.
I'm not going to speak for him.
And has a new record out called Heil Hitler. So forgive me if I don't currently see him
I mean,
as one of the
everything you're
world's
saying
great
in this question
artists.
is incorrect.
Yeah, but I don't see
everything you're saying in this question is incorrect.
Sorry?
The song isn't out. The song isn't out for one. And two, he says he loves everyone. He says he loves Jews. He says he loves Hitler. He says he loves everybody. But
so when he says, let me ask you, given you're the one sitting there, he said Jews were better as slaves. You have to put your Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. You then said make your Jews work for you, but watch them as close as you can, whip the Jews. You comfortable with that, Sneako?
Is he smiling? Yes.
And whip the Jews. You comfortable with that, Sneako?
I think I find it funny. That's not something that I would do personally. I don't whip anybody.
You think it's funny, do you? Whipping Jews?
Slavery.
Using Jews as slaves? You think that's funny?
I think the context of that is funny, yeah.
What's the humour?
To remove any sense of humor
I'm missing the humour. What's the humour?
I mean, do you want me to break down a joke for you?
You think it's a joke, do you, about whipping Jews?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a joke because I've been here for a couple weeks and he hasn't whipped any Jews.
Really? So because he hasn't actually...
This is so good.
She whipped any yet?
Yeah,
that's a joke.
He really has.
Yeah.
Really has. But Piers, before I leave, I don't want to speak on his behalf. If you're agreeing that he's the greatest living artist right now.
You set this farce up. He's dicked us around. You're the one left. So you're going to have to be accountable for him. Unless you want to walk away too.
Accountable? What do you want to hold me accountable?
If you don't want to answer questions either, you are free to stand up and walk away like a little sniveling
Well, you can ask questions.
Too.
If you have questions for me, then I'll feel free to answer those.
Here's my question for you. Why is your mate Ye?
Is this whole thing going to be interrupting, or is this whole thing just going to be interrupting? Or do you want me to speak at all?
You're sounding like.
If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer those.
Here's
if you
my
want
question.
to keep doing insults, there's no point in me being here.
Why did Jay stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask him difficult questions?
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
really?
Thank you for
Even though
having me.
you set up the interview with him?
Another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tell him from me he's a sniveling little coward. And he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper. That's what I would have asked him if he'd had the balls to sit there and take the questions. And there you are, proudly associating yourself with him. Good luck to you, Sneako. Everyone can see you for what you are. Piers Morgan Uncensored is proudly independent. The only boss around here is me. If you enjoy our show,
man,
only one simple thing.
Man,
subscribe on YouTube and follow.
That was
Piers
a good
Morgan
episode
on Spotify and
that was some real quality content. Here, let me link you guys the video. Yeah, the Yee song is up on YouTube. Oh my God. Guys, we're not listening. Yeah, we're not listening to this song called Heil Hitler, okay? I'm sorry. Like, I'm not, like... Listen, right now, I have the moral high ground with complaining about other people playing things on their stream that they shouldn't. I think that goes away if I play this song called Heil Hitler, alright? We're not doing it. I'll be right back.